Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sanat and this is Ethiopian. In today's video, I wanted to talk to you guys about 5 tips that I have for incoming first year nursing students on how to make your nursing school experience as smooth, as positive, as fulfilling as possible. These are 5 things that either I did or I wish I had done, and yeah, hopefully you guys will kind of take something from this video and implement it into your lives as you enter university. This is kind of a spontaneous video. I had a Christmas party today, but it got canceled, so you guys can see like the gift in the back. So, tip number 1 is don't underestimate how valuable friendships can be in nursing school. Friends really get you through university, and I feel like establishing these friendships in first year when you're all new, you're all trying to figure things out, is really going to help you out in the end. In high school, I wasn't really the type to have study groups. I was an independent studier. I like doing things by myself. I was a team player if I had to be, but if I had the option of working by myself, I would have picked to work by myself. In nursing school, you do a lot of collaboration. You rely on each other a lot, whether you want to or not. You know, whether it's like PBL, group work assignments, or just having discussions with your small group. You have to get comfortable speaking to other people, and having friends, having connections, familiar faces. It just makes things so much easier when you're forming groups, when you want to study and you need people to talk to, when you're just comparing experiences with each other. Friends kind of comfort you, they keep you going, they make things fun. So my advice would be to put yourself out there that first week, first couple of weeks, that first year. That whole year is just a time for you to start meeting people, becoming friends with people. You will be seeing these people very frequently, very often in school, first, second, third, fourth year. In clinical, you will be having new clinical groups every semester. You're meeting new people. You're being close with these people. They aren't just strangers. And being open, that's like gonna really help you out in nursing school. It's great to have one solid group of friends that you can always go to and hang out with, but never be closed off to forming new friendships. So yeah, if you're a people person, this will be an easy breezy thing for you. If you're not, like myself, or if you're not intrinsically a people person, it's okay. There's hope for you. You can grow into becoming a people person and becoming more outgoing. My second tip, try to be well-rounded. Don't neglect your social life, and don't neglect your extracurricular involvement. So academics in first year, I would say just purely focus on academics. First year is a really stressful time. It's a time for like building the foundation for the rest of your university life. So if you are privileged enough to not work in first year, kind of take that opportunity to not work. If you have to work, of course, do what you have to do. But yeah, first year is kind of like setting that foundation. In second year, I would say get involved. Join clubs that you're interested in. Apply to become part of the exec teams. And then in third year, you know, yeah, just continue with that involvement. It's really important to be well-rounded in nursing school, especially if you're planning on applying to grad school. After you graduate after a few years, like myself, having these diverse experiences is really going to help you. My third tip, and this is more academic focused, study smarter, not harder. This is something I had to learn. In nursing school, you don't have time to do all the readings. You don't have time to study every single little detail. You don't have time for everything. You know, you have anatomy here, psych here, this nursing course here, that there, and you're like, how do I make time to do all these required stuff that these people are asking of me? And the reality is you can't. Work smarter. Find ways to kind of cheat the system a little bit in a legal way. If you have access to flashcards on Quizlet, use those flashcards instead of making your own. Again, like with buying textbooks, if you don't have to buy a textbook, don't buy the textbook. find a PDF version. Practice NCLEX questions. You can find those on Quizlet. You can find those on Nurse Labs. You can find it on Registered Nurse RNpedia. You can find it a lot of different places. You don't have to buy the books, right? Make use of the resources. Search. Be a good Googler. Okay, be a good Googler. I've become a good Googler. What else? For modules, when you're watching modules like psych modules or pathophysiology modules, those modules, when you go to the notes section, you have the entire transcript of the module there. And for me, in my second year, which is when you have patho, second and third year is when you have patho. In my second year, I typed up all of the notes, the entire transcript. I typed it up because I thought I had to. And then I go on a website called StuDocu, StuDocu, I'll put it here. I go there, I search it up, I do a little Googling, and I find the entire transcript on there. So here I am, I wasted like 2 hours and a half watching this module over and over, trying to get the notes down, when the transcript was right there for me to just download. Thanks to a student that posted it on there. Thank you, student. But yeah, and I found the transcript. And then once I downloaded the transcript, I read through it, and then I made my own notes based on the transcript. So that saved me so much time, and just things like that just really make things easier for you. If you don't have to do it, I'm not saying I don't like taking other people's notes, because people write notes the way that helps them understand the material, and the way that they write the notes might not be the best way for me to understand something. So I don't like using people's notes. But if it's the transcript and I have to do the transcript, might as well just take their transcript because it's the same. And another thing that goes along with that is when you're studying for exams, don't study every detail. Study to understand the concept as a whole. Does it make sense to you? Do you understand diabetes? Do you understand diabetes? Do you even know what it is? Do you know what inflammation is? Does that make sense to you? You don't want to memorize, you want to understand. And you have to be honest with yourself. Is this making sense to me? Is there more that I can do to understand something? And yeah, and one way you can do that is obviously reviewing your notes consistently throughout the semester instead of cramming during the exam season. Wow, I talk a lot. Okay. Tip number 4. I'm kind of forgetting what I said, but my 4th tip is about clinical. Oh my god, this video was meant to be for first years, but I think it's applicable to anybody in any year of nursing school, because this next tip doesn't directly apply to first years, but it will in the future. So clinical is where you get to apply your skills in an actual setting where you can be a nurse, do nurse things. Every semester you have a different placement, a different clinical group, a different tutor. It is very important to build good relationships with your tutors. And this is something I'm still trying to work on. I think now in 3rd year, I'm realizing how important it is to have that relationship, because when you're applying to jobs or you're applying for your consolidation placements in 4th year, you need the references of your tutors for that. If you want to do a global health placement, these references are key. Your consideration for the placement, for the chance to do the placement. So build good relationships, be a good student, always be willing to learn, show that you care, show that you're inquisitive, ask questions, be respectful, and try your best in clinical. Take it seriously, even though it's not a course in the sense of you don't have tests and stuff and you don't have graded assignments. It's still a very, very valuable part of nursing school, almost maybe even the most valuable thing, because that's where you get all your practical skills. So take it seriously. My last tip for you guys is Oh, my last tip for you guys is fix your freaking sleep schedule, okay? Stop sleeping at 2, 3 in the morning, waking up at 12 p.m. on the days when you don't have school. Don't do that. I just called myself out. That's what I did. And waking up late, you become so unproductive. There's so much there's so much you can do in a day, and when you sleep in, you just lose all of that, and it completely derails the rest of your day. You lose motivation. You're like, oh well, the day is practically over. So working on your sleep schedule, in third year, I told myself to wake up early even on the days when I don't have class. And the days that I actually stuck with that and I woke up early, I feel so much better. I get more done. And one thing that I did to kind of help me wake up was I shifted the way that I sleep. So instead of sleeping with my head here and my legs here, I sleep with my head here and my legs here, so that when I wake up, like the sunlight hits my eyes and forces me to wake up. And that really helps me. I feel energized. I don't feel tired or as tired as I used to in the past with just an alarm clock. So that's something you can do to help you wake up. Try to sleep at 12, like around 12, and it really helps. Your mood just overall improves when you wake up early. You feel better about yourself, and you have more time in the day to do things you want to do as well. So let's recap. My first tip was to make good friendships. Friendships are really important. 2, be a well-rounded person. 3, work smarter, not harder. 4, build good relationships with your tutors, and view clinical as like a regular course. Don't see it as anything less. If anything, it should be more valuable, better for you, because when you're applying everything you've learned from pharmacology, from patho, from PBL, everything is coming together and you're applying it in real life. And 5, fix your sleep schedule. So these are my 5 tips for you guys. First years, second years, third years, fourth years, even though I'm not in fourth year. I hope that was helpful. If that helped you in any way, please leave a comment telling me what you took away from this video. Tell me what year you're in, if you're in high school. If you have any other questions for me, leave them in the comments. Yeah. Thank you guys so much for watching. Merry Christmas. Happy New Year.